Well, hello everyone. It's that time again. It's Monday night on a bit of a holiday weekend here with Life's a Faire on Monday night's Fair Life. So yeah, we got July 4th weekend and hope you had a good one. Definitely interesting. Great to see everyone and hope you had a good weekend. And, being from Texas, I hope you had an excuse to eat some barbecue. You know, those little things matter a lot to me. Hey Jan, great to see you. But yeah, I did do the standard thing, and uh, apparently about 150 million hot dogs were consumed yesterday, and I did have one of them. So I played my part. I try. And hey, Drew, don't worry about it. It's a Monday night. I mean, I don't hold anyone to being this having to be right on time because come on, it's Monday night. Relax, chill. It's perfectly okay. Just a fun little time. This is just a fun show. Nothing to be too stressed over. Always been the goal. And right, Alicia is totally right there in the comments. If please do like and share the stream, we appreciate it every time, and it does help. So do take the time and always appreciate it. So yeah, I guess yeah. What did anybody do anything interesting for the Fourth of July? Because definitely was down here in Austin. It was a bit rainy, but you do what you can. You still try to get some barbecue, which I did, and enjoy it. But yeah, the Fourth of July, always an interesting holiday. I always found it interesting because it's in the middle of the summer. I mean, growing up when you're a kid, it's always that whole summer is vacation time when you're young, and in the middle you get this national holiday that has fireworks and all of these other things, and usually it's a family day, so you just get to spend time with your family. So it's kind of nice. Greg just says he slept so much, and that is sometimes the best holiday. That is a great vacation. People don't get enough sleep normally these days. So if you can get a good long sleep on a vacation, it's probably good for you. So I'm not going to slight you on that. I'm not going to slight you. Jan stayed at home, and hey, as long as you enjoyed it and relaxed, nothing wrong with that. And Alicia apparently worked. Well, yeah, I mean, you got to do that sometimes too. You can't always get away from that. It's a federal holiday, but not all jobs shut down for that. It's unfortunate. And apparently very different. My understanding is many years ago, most businesses shut down on these types of holidays, but it's becoming less and less common. Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. 2 days off this month for Alicia. Ooh. Well, sorry about that. That's never easy. Well, I mean, oh, yeah, let me go ahead and do this right with the proper 4th of July here. Here we go. Yay! So happy 4th, even though it's the 5th, but it's still whenever they have the 4th of July on a Sunday, the following Monday is when they do the official day off vacation and everything. So always good. So yes, always appreciated. A little interesting. Oh, and okay. Apparently, for some people, the video is not coming up on Facebook, but a lot of you seems to be okay. So, it may just be a lot of busyness online today. Hopefully, that's all it is, depending on where you are. And yeah, okay, Jim had Friday and Monday off, so that's good. Yeah, and apparently a parade for some. Okay, that's great. Okay. Oh, and hey, Kathy, great to see you. Yeah, little interesting tidbit about July the 4th. I mean, yeah, you think of fireworks, you think of hot dogs and barbecue and parties with friends and family, and yeah, it's always interesting. But it's an interesting holiday because usually holidays are something to remind you of something important, to give you pause, or to celebrate this. Or I mean, it's holidays are kind of an interesting mixed bag, and July the 4th simply commemorates an event. That's really it. The Declaration of Independence. which is a big deal, of course. But yeah, it is sort of a very old holiday for us because it was celebrated as early as 1777 in small ways here and there. Really got going in the 1830s to be a huge popular holiday, became a federal holiday in 1870, and let me see if I remember this correctly, became a paid federal holiday in 1941. Yes, I do my research. And yeah, a very interesting time because it's really just about signing a paper now, and a very important one. And the date is always a bit of a question. In fact, John Adams hated the fact that it was on July the 4th. For him, the decision and vote to agree that we were going to do this happened on July 2nd, which is true. But they made some adjustments to the document and debated for a couple of days, and it got finalized on the 4th. And on the paper itself, it says July the 4th. So even though John Adams didn't really like celebrating the July the 4th, he preferred July the 3rd. So against it, he refused to go to celebrations in his lifetime on July the 4th. He celebrated it on the 2nd. And but I think every biographer would agree that John Adams had a bit of a stubborn streak. Let's be honest here. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay, now Janine's saying that the video is playing. That's good. Oh, and Alicia's saying the fire ban. We really should have had a fire ban, but there were a bunch of fireworks last night in Austin. I heard, especially at midnight, went on for a while. But we had so much rain yesterday, I guess fire wasn't that much of a concern. But still, it was definitely weird. Yes, and Alicia's right. John Adams did die on the 4th, along with Thomas Jefferson. And they both died 50 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed on July the 4th. So I think that probably added a little to the mystique of the date, solidifying it, and certainly made it a more popular holiday after their death, starting in the 1830s. Political parties went crazy with it, and they really enjoyed getting on their major cities like Chicago or places like that, and having big celebrations, funded by their political party, to remind people of how patriotic their party actually is. See, it's not just nowadays. Even 150 years ago, the politics was still trying to manipulate people. It's always going to happen. Just the tools change. So, ooh, and Jan said several houses and cars caught fire from fireworks. That's the tough part, because as fun as fireworks can be, they can be very dangerous, and it's tough. My parents always were very adamant about going out and seeing fireworks. We would go to the professional versions, and I thought that was probably a good thing, definitely. Oh, and Janine's step-cousin's birthday was on July the 4th. That must be interesting to have a birthday like that. Certainly better than having it on Christmas or something, but still very interesting. Huh. But yeah, anyway, that's definitely an interesting holiday. I hope you had a good one. I certainly did and enjoyed it. So yeah, we'll go back to this, but yeah, I did want to say that we have a lot more fairs that are starting this weekend. I think last weekend we had pretty much the low of the year, at least, well, in the summer anyway, a low of the summer, where there were only 4 fairs going on. And 3 of those are still going on, but now we're up to 8. And that trend is going to continue. And we have a few big ones that came out, and it is going to be a nice time. So let me jump over to that real quick. Here we go. There, yeah. You'll notice the 3 of the ones from last week are back. The Colorado Renaissance Festival in Larkspur, Colorado, and the Kentucky Highland Renaissance Festival in Eminence, Kentucky, and the East Idaho Renaissance Fair in Rexburg, Idaho. And I'm happy to say, I checked, the heat wave really isn't affecting them too badly. So luckily for them, the heat, it's probably a little warm as far as they're concerned, but by Austin standards, it's not. So yeah, that's they're doing okay. Could be a lot worse, so I'm happy about that for them. But we also have, like, you'll notice down in the lower left here, Anchorage, Alaska, the Three Barons Renaissance Fair. So always nice to get a little fair action from up north, way up north. And there's always this mentality that Alaska is very rural and doesn't have as much to do there, and it's so not true. Yeah, definitely. I would really love to get up there and see that fair sometime, so hopefully someday I can. And okay, then we go over into the East Coast and Midwest a little bit, and we have the Mid-Michigan Enchanted Forest Fair in Vassar, Michigan, and the Sterling Renaissance Festival, another big one in Sterling, New York, and Bristol Renaissance Festival in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So that's definitely exciting that Sterling and Bristol started. And then in Ohio, Rock Creek, Ohio, the Great Lakes Medieval Fair and Marketplace. Yeah, definitely a fun time. So a lot going on in the Midwest and that area. So very interesting. Now I know that I did look at the long range forecast through the National Weather Service, and there is a small chance of rain in parts of the Midwest, mainly Michigan and maybe Ohio. Something to watch out for. So keep an eye out for the weekend. Long range forecast, so of course, grain of salt, but and maybe a small chance of a little more rain this weekend in Colorado. So take a look for that for the Colorado Ren Fair. Those are the only chances of anything bad, I think. The rest should, if it would get any rain, it'll be light. So keep an eye out, but looking pretty good. Not bad at all, huh? So definitely great. Yeah. Always fun to see those fairs coming out, and a lot of good ones coming out too. Oh, and Jan's going to be at the Kentucky Fair on Sunday, and Bristol the next Saturday. That is great. That is great. I look forward to hearing that about those and see what you think. Jan, for those of you that haven't figured it out yet, goes to a lot of fairs, so she's a bit of an expert at this point. So I value her opinion on what she thinks of those, especially compared to other fairs. So I look forward to hearing from her about it. Yes. So yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I was trying to think about a good 7 reasons for this week. And yeah, it was, I was trying to think about July the 4th, and it just seemed like a good excuse to throw a party. So I thought, there are all these reasons and excuses I've heard people come up with at Ren Fair to throw a party. So I'm going to do that and say 7 reasons for throwing a party at fair. So that's what 7 reasons is today. Thought you might like that one. So the 7th reason for throwing a party at fair. Here's what I came up with. This one's pretty obvious. It is, of course, the standard birthdays or unbirthdays. Either works, and I've seen both used at different times to throw a party and have a get-together. Always fun, always fun. Number 6, the 6th reason for throwing a party at fair is just similar to the birthday one, but it's just general meeting family and or friends. I mean, sometimes I'll see people go to fair and they have friends or family that they haven't seen in a while, and it's an excuse to get together, hang out, go watch some shows and have some fun together in a sort of a neutral environment without having to go to somebody's house and be very careful when you sit down on their couch. I mean, it's a lot easier to do. So definitely an interesting time. So I recommend that. It's definitely something I've noticed it before. And number 5, the 5th reason for throwing a party at fair. And this is an interesting one, but it occurred to me. Day without the kids. Yeah, the kids. I mean, there are people that will go to fair and not take the kids with them. They'll go and hang out with other parents without their kids, and they'll have fun, watch shows, drink in the pub, and do all this stuff, and not have to deal with being a parent for a while. And I think it's interesting. Normally I would always think of fair as a place to take your kids, but as a getaway for adults, it's very true. It works great for that. It definitely works great for that. A lot of fun. Okay, number 4. first day of Faire or the last day of Faire. Now, I mean, you go for the first day of a Faire season and you get to have a lot of fun and throw a party. I mean, makes sense. And then the last day of Faire, when you're saying goodbye to everybody, of course, you throw a party. So that makes sense too. And I've seen people do both, one or the other, and it's just a good time. So a good excuse. Number 3, 3-day weekend, just like we just had. You'll get those holiday weekends. It's a 3-day weekend, and for people that go out there and camp and hang out at night, I mean, it is an extra long time to hang with friends, to hang out, to have a good time, and that extra day gives you that leeway to really go crazy with a party. So you can do it at Faire or at night after Faire in the campgrounds or something. It's good. It's good. And Janine says she's planning to go to a venue that's less busy than the last time she visited for her birthday. I can understand that too. Sometimes you want something that's not too crazy or just way too much going on. You want to relax on your birthday. I could totally respect that. Number two, rainy days or sunny days. Now, sometimes on the beautiful days, people think, oh, we need to throw a party because it's the right weather for it. And sometimes for rainy days, people think, well, I'm not going to get to do everything at Faire that I want to do, so we're going to hang out, stay in the pub, have a great party, and enjoy. And I've seen that as well. So, yes, and Drew makes the point that last weekend at TRF is always 3 days. A lot of fairs that last for a while usually try to have one 3-day weekend in there for a holiday or what have you. It's a good way to open that extra option for parties or for fun or for hanging out or for camping or whatever. And it opens up possibilities, and that's always a good thing. Oh, and Janine had a lot of homework over the weekend. Sorry, that's never easy. And Jan goes to LARF on their holiday weekend. Or no, actually, if I'm reading this right, frequently we are heading to LARF on that last weekend. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Okay, and the number one reason for throwing a party at Faire, and this I think was the most obvious and makes the most sense. Any excuse. Let's be honest. If you've been to Faire enough, you have seen people throw out the weirdest excuses for parties. Whether it's just because they have a drink in front of them, or because they're just around random people, or they just feel like it. So I think the lesson here is that you don't really need an excuse to throw a party. Yeah. Oh, and Alicia's birthday is in December after everything is closed. That happens. That definitely happens. So you'd have to go with the unbirthday, Alicia. That's the trick. That's how you play that. Got to go with that unbirthday routine. Very important. Very important, for sure. Well, yeah, it's been a fun day and, very relaxing. I've enjoyed it. I hope y'all have too. A good relaxing time for a holiday, and I hope some of you had the day off and got to enjoy it. Oh, Nancy says a half birthday. Very, very true. Got to enjoy those half birthdays. Unbirthday, half birthday, so many different names. Oh, right. Janine says she's going to throw a party after summer classes are done, and I don't blame you at all. That summer classes are never easy. I have a lot of respect for you for doing it. I think I've only done summer classes once, maybe twice. No, I think just once. Yeah, just once in college. Did that. Yeah, got some of my standard classes out of the way. Always fun. Well, I guess, yeah, just because it's a fun holiday weekend and everybody's relaxed, I'm probably going to just call it here and say thanks for joining me tonight, and I hope you got to hang out and relax a little bit. Yeah, so I guess just have a great evening and a great night, and not only have a life that's fair, but have a fair life. And I will see you soon. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next week.